All right, so our lesson today is over protractors. Does everybody know what a protractor is?
No.
No?
It's a measure that
It's a half circle. Y'all got it right? It's a circle that measures strength.
It is a half circle. You're right there. So we're going to do our number talks first. So put everything away. We're going to use our brains. Solve for me.
What?
Yes.
20.
Not quite.
21?
21. How did you get that?
Oh my god.
Because I did 21 times 3 and that got me 63, and then I did 84 minus 63 and that got me 21.
Very good. Exactly right. And you solve for n again. Raise your hand when you're ready. Yes.
21.
21. How did you get it?
I did 7 times 3, gave me 21. And then I did 6 times 7, gave me 42. And then I minus 42 and 21, and I got 21.
Very good. So when you measure and draw an angle, this is the page we want. So if you can get out your math notebook. Do I have somebody to pass these out for me? Lori. That would be great.
I didn't.
No, yeah, at least 9. You did, Carl. You did.
Thank you. So when you have those cut out, look at me so I know you are ready for us to go over this page. I'm gonna give you just a couple of minutes. Good. I have one friend ready. Two friends ready, 3 friends ready, 4, 5. And keep this page open because we're going to go over it. So the first thing you need to know when using a protractor is your angles. We all know our angles. So that top one on the left side, what is that angle? Yes. Right angle. It tells you what they are. The second one is, yes, obtuse. The third one is acute, and the fourth one is, we have to know those when we are using our protractor. So go down to the middle of the page where it says acute angle in the green. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. So we're going to use the smaller numbers on our protractor. If you look at that picture, do you see the 2 groups of numbers? Yes? Yes. Acute acute angles are going to use the smaller numbers. And then the bottom one, the obtuse angles, are larger than 90 degrees, and they're going to use the larger numbers. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. And then step 1 is to place the vertex of the angle on the center point of the protractor. Do we know what the vertex is? Do you remember what vertex is? No? It's the point where angles meet. The point where angles meet. Step 2 is to line up the bottom ray. Do you remember what a ray is? What's a ray?
Where, I move that one direction for everybody.
Right. And then step 3 is your angle, to figure out your angle if it's acute or obtuse, and to follow the second ray to the outside of the protractor. And then step 4 is the obtuse angles use the larger numbers, and the acute angles use the smaller numbers. Right. So get out your whiteboards and markers. You won't have to use it too much today, but you still might need them. So protractors can be easy to use. It sometimes gets a little tricky because there is the top row and the bottom row, which we just went over those. Do you remember which numbers does our acute angle use? But if you look at our top ones, do you see? So the smaller numbers. And our obtuse angle uses the larger. So when we look at a protractor, what shape do you see here? Yes? Half a circle. And we know that a circle is how many degrees?
180.
Not a 180,
360.
a 360. So our protractor is half of a circle, so how many degrees is it going to be? Go ahead. 180, right? Because it is half of a circle. So you first notice that the point is where the lines meet in the center. So we know that that is the vertex of our angle, which is going to be in the center of that protractor. You see that one ray is on the 0, and the 0 is on the bottom. So what angle would this be? Yes.
Acute angle.
An acute angle. The top of the angle is at 50 degrees, so we know that the degrees of this angle is going to be anybody? What degree is this going to be? Yes?
Alright, no.
What degree?
90?
Not a 90. What's it pointing at? Yes. 50, so we know that this is a 50-degree angle because it's pointing at the 50. And we knew to use the smaller numbers because it is an acute angle. Here's another example. So it's still on the 0. What type of angle are we working with? Yes. Not you? Yes. An acute angle, right. So we're going to look at these smaller numbers on the outside because we're still working with an acute angle. So what is the measurement of this angle? Can anybody tell me? Yes.
Acute.
It's an acute angle, but what degree is it? Yes.
80.
80, yep. Because we see that it's on the 0 and the 8, which means this is an 80-degree angle. Does that make sense?
I thought you were asking if it's like acute or
That's-
angle.
I probably should have asked that first, but you were right. So anybody know what the measurement of this angle would be? Or first, what type of angle is this? Yes, a right angle. So what degrees is it going to be? 90, correct. What type of angle is this? Yes, it's another acute angle, so what's the measurement gonna be?
65.
Correct. Yes, what type of angle is this?
Obtuse.
Obtuse, so it's gonna be a little bit different this time. And, okay, what is the angle of this one? Can you tell me? Go ahead. It's an obtuse angle, but what's the degree?
Oh.
Yes,
180.
it's not a 180, this one's a little
It's
bit
the other one.
tricky. Yes,
140.
not a 140. Yes,
Is it just 40?
it's not 40. Is this the one where we subtract, or is that?
I think Flynn had it, yeah. Cause it starts at 40 and goes to 180.
So it's a 140.
Yeah.
Got it. Tricking myself with this,
I was
because
like,
I know what's coming.
No, but why was that 140, Flynn?
Because it's the obtuse angle, so it's the bigger number.
Is the bigger number, correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry about that. You were correct.
I was thinking.
Now let's look at this one. Yes,
Obtuse.
it's obtuse, and what is the degree of the angle? It's not 100, yes, it is 160,
Dad,
right?
check,
Yes.
check the
Yeah.
again.
Here it is. What are we gonna do now that we don't have it on a 0 point on the bottom? What are we gonna do?
Subtract that one.
Yeah, say it again.
Subtract
You're gonna subtract it.
from the bottom.
So you're gonna take the 69 minus the 59. So what do we got? Yes? 10. Very good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We have a 10 degree angle. We didn't get that?
I got it.
Yeah. We need to go back.
80, I mean 70 minus.
If you look here, we're looking at the points of our angles. So this point is at a 69, because that's what it's pointing at. You see? And this one's pointing at a 59, because they're 1 degree over. Because each point is worth 1 degree. So we have 180 degrees here.
Oh,
So each dash is 1 degree.
Because it looked like
Does that make sense?
But a little.
Yes, good. We have the 10 degrees. Now, what do you think the measurement of this angle might be? First, let's decide what type of angle it is. What type of angle? It's an acute angle. So, by looking at the protractor on your page, what degree do you think this angle could be? Yes.
Right angle?
It's not quite. It's kind of tilted. See, it's not straight up and down.
Oh.
So what might it be? Yes,
And acute angle?
it's an acute angle. But what degree? What degree is it? Yes. 60.
What?
Could be. I have it a little bit larger than that.
I know.
But we're estimating, so you're close. Yes.
100.
Not quite 100, because remember, 90 is straight up and down. So it can't be any more than 90, because it's an acute. Yes.
80?
80. That's what I kind of estimated myself with 80.
Oh, I looked at the top number.
That's okay. Remember, the acute numbers are the smaller numbers. We got a little
Because
bit.
it has to be less than 90 because 90 is.
Correct. It's got to be less than 90. What type of angle is this? Yes. Obtuse. So we know it's got to be larger than 90. So estimate, what do you think the degrees would be? Yes.
160?
160?
I thought it was 70.
I got 170.
Could be.
Or 160, I don't know.
I think it's in the middle. I think it's probably like in between.
165 is not
Sounds good.
One
Right in the middle. It's a good estimate. And the last one, what type of angle is this? Acute. You were close. Or acute, I'm sorry. Acute. Yes.
Is the number like 60?
It could be. I think we
I
got
got
60.
50.
50.
Yeah.
Maybe 50.
Everybody
Right around there. We're just estimating, so as long as you're close. Yes.
150?
Not 150, because it's acute, so it's gonna be smaller than 90.
Oh,
Yes.
30.
30?
That's
Maybe a little bit bigger than that. Maybe. So those were good guesses.
halfway.
How do you think protractors, how are protractors used? Can anybody tell me that? Yeah.
You like, they're like this and
Okay, but why might we do that?
so you can know the exact
Right, so we'll know the exact degree of the angle. And what is a common mistake that you might, that you want to be sure not to make when using your protractor? Anybody? Yes.
Know, like, if it's gonna be, like, small numbers or big numbers.
Right, so you need to know your angle, because you need to know if you're gonna be smaller than 90
Oh, like the.
or larger than 90. Yeah, because that will make your angle not the correct degree.
Oh, I get it now.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Your assignment is in your classroom, Google Classroom, in Solid. Does anybody have any questions about the assignment? Any questions at all? Does everybody understand? Yeah. Are we sure? Okay. Great job. Thank you for letting me teach you a lesson today.